how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is going to be my summer favorites. I love doing these seasonal favorites video and just kind of curating a little collection that fits the vibes that I'm into for that specific season. Now, as always, these are not the only things I'm gonna use for the entirety of summer. There's gonna be days that I'm feeling very dark and smoky. There's days I'm gonna be feeling very jewel toned. But just in the spirit of keeping summer vibes, these are my summery picks that fit the theme that I'm kind of into right now. I have a mixture of things here. I have eyeshadow, some complexion and cheek products, some liners, some lips. I have a good slew of things, and this is just a fun little way for me to kind of curate a little collection of things that I already have. Hopefully this will just inspire you to create a little collection of things that you already own, and maybe you'll get some fun inspiration to play. Before we hop into my summer favorites, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and YouTube shorts by the time this video goes up. As far as my accessories go, I only have this necklace from Ana Luisa. So without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about my summer picks. Going into complexion first, I did want to talk about my 3 favorite skin tints that I'm kind of like jumping between. I simply just do not have it in me to wear anything more than a skin tint right now, if anything at all. A lot of days I'm probably just going to be skipping foundation and going straight in with concealer, but the days that I do want to wear something foundation-y, it's going to be very sheer. It's going to be very much a tinted moisturizer. So I wanted to chat about 3 of my favorites. The one I'm wearing today is the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. It's just so pretty. I use the shade 10N. It's super nice. I even sometimes like to mix it with an oil or a highlighter or something like that to sheer it out even more. It's just really nice. It gives my skin a really nice, very natural luminosity, like where it's not crazy dewy, but it's a little bit more than just a satin. It just makes my skin look really good. Very lightweight, very easy to wear. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. I love it. Same with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. Mine's in the shade Fair 1N. Again, I love this one. It's super lightweight. This one's probably the most lightweight one out of the 3 I'm going to talk about. It is so incredibly sheer. You will not like these if you're into coverage. You have to like something sheer to enjoy these. But this one's really nice. Again, it's very just lightweight. It sits onto the skin beautifully, makes my skin look really nice, and I just love the way it blends out. Last, I have my Glossier skin tint. I don't know what shade it is because my label is getting so rubbed off from so much use, but it's whatever the lightest shade is. I can almost guarantee it. But again, super sheer, sits beautifully. I like the effect of it. All of these I can wear by themselves. I can mix with other things like highlighters or oils or anything like that. I feel like my other complexion products blend so nicely and sit nicely on top of all of these. These are my 3 picks. These are probably the 3 that I'm most likely gonna bounce between this season. I do have a bronzer actually. Normally I wouldn't pick a specific bronzer just because it's kind of like I'll just wear whatever, but this one is new in my collection and I feel like it's just screaming summer. It's so good. It's my new high temp glowing bronzer from Unearthly. It's in the shade Fair. It's just so good. I'm wearing it as my bronzer today, obviously mixed with my blush and highlighter, but it just has the most beautiful glow. Has almost a little bit of like a blushy, almost highlighteriness with it. Like I feel like I could just slather this all over the exterior points of my face and my nose and stuff, and it would just give me such a beautiful warmth, glow, radiance, like kind of a one-stop shop if I just want something really, really quick. This is just beautiful. I'm honestly surprised I like it as much as I do because I was kind of scared. I thought it would be too orange for me, but it blends so nicely. And I believe there's 4 different shades of a skin range in this line, so I just have the fair one, but there's other shades as well. Moving on to blush, I have quite a few picks here. It was really hard to narrow it down. My vibe for blush this summer is very much like coral, hot pink, orangey reds in general. I want the warmth, I want the yumminess, I want the vibrancy. That is what I'm feeling right now. And I have some things here. I have 2 creams, 3 liquids, 2 single powders, and 2 palettes. I literally could not narrow it down more than that. I guess we'll talk about the blushes that I'm wearing today. I'm wearing 2 liquid blushes. I did this in combination with a liquid highlighter that I'll talk about here in a moment because I wanted to do kind of that sunset blush that I've been seeing all over the internet, and it's so pretty. You basically combine like a peachy pinky color and like an orangey reddish color and then a little bit of a highlighter. Gold looks better. I'm just too pale for gold, and you just blend it all together and it's radiant, it's lovely, it's summer. And these 2 liquid blushes are gonna be my picks for sure. They're the Glaminatrix liquid flushes in the shades Poppy and Sunny. They're just so cute. I love the way these blend out. They blend out so beautifully on the cheeks. This one is Sunny, just like a very bright kind of light orange, but it's still very bright. It's not like a subtle orange. It's just a light but bright orange. And then Poppy is just the most pretty, like corally, pinky, just so bright. I love these so much. I think they are so pretty and they just blend so nice on the skin. I also have this liquid blush, the shade Grateful from Rare Beauty. It is just a hot red and it is amazing. I love this. Again, these also blend beautifully on the skin. A little goes such a long way. These are to die for. I have a zillion shades of them, but the red one is screaming in my soul this summer. I wanted to shout out 2 of the Lawless Cream blush shades. I almost said flavors. Don't eat these. They're not flavors, they're shades. First, kind of sticking with that reddish vibe, we have Cherry Pie. This is very much kind of a pinky red. And then the shade Valentine here is just like a bright pink. So there we go. We have Cherry Pie and then Valentine on the side. You can see how it's more red based in Cherry Pie compared to Valentine. Valentine almost looks purple next to all these warm tones and it is not purple. It's so funny how colors play together, but these are so good. They blend beautifully on the skin. They just melt in and blend out so deliciously. I feel like you could also kind of play with these with powder and it doesn't totally mess things up. They are pretty top tier blushes. I love them. Moving on to my single powders, I'm gonna be using my Rare Beauty Luminous Powder blushes so much. I specifically feel like I'm gonna be reaching for Cheer. I just feel like this one's gonna go with all of these creams really well. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty common occurrence for me to lay down one of these liquid or cream blushes on my cheeks and then top this one over top. It's right there. Just so glowy, so luminous. It almost gives you a little bit of a blush lighter vibe. It gives you very much a highlighted glowy cheek. You have to like a glowy cheek in order to like this. And I love that. So this is beautiful. I can see this being the perfect topper. I also like them by themselves, but I really like them as a topper. And my final one is one of my NYX Buttermelt blushes. This one's in the shade You Know Butta. It's just the most beautiful, vibrant, pinky coral. It is so cute. It has a really nice sheen to it as well. Just plop this one over here, down there at the bottom of my wrist. Just so cute, so pretty, so corally. These are so pigmented. They blend and build up beautifully. This one definitely still has that luminosity, but it has a lot of a blushy colored base too, rather than these where they're just very luminous. This is gorgeous. And I know this range, they have like satiny, shiny ones, and they have ones that are more matte. I just personally only own 3 of the shiny ones, but this one is gonna be a top pick for summer. It's just so good. As far as blush palettes go, I have 2 from Blend Bunny. These just scream summer. They are so perfect. First being the Juicy Cheeks one. This is just such an iconic palette. It's so nice. I'm gonna swatch the bright reddish orange and the more tangerine-y orange. They're just so cute. Just look how pretty those are there at the bottom. They're so incredibly pigmented. A little goes such a long way. There's such a beautiful range in there because not only is there this beautiful orangey situation, there were pinks and purpley tones, and it's so fun. It is so fun. It's so juicy, so fruity, so summer. I love it. And then obviously the Solar Flare palette from the Blend Bunny and Ellis Atlantis collection. This is just amazing. This trio screams summer. I love the peach, orange, kind of vibrant. Let's watch these two to kind of compare to the other palette because they definitely have differences. They're not exactly the same. Different undertones kind of going on. I mean, they're similar. They are similar, but they have a little bit of a different undertone going on. And for what I'm needing for summer, these are just perfect. I love. I think they're so cool. I like that with this, you have like that trio gradient, so I can totally see myself using like all 3 on my cheeks at once and kind of playing with an ombre effect. These are just so pretty. I can see pairing the 2 palettes together. I just love. I love so much. For highlighter, for the most part, I'm just gonna be kind of wearing whatever. I feel like seasonally with highlighters, I don't really sway more toward one thing or another. It's very dependent on what my eyeshadow look is. I kind of wear whatever I want, but I do have 3 that I think I'm specifically gonna wear a lot. First being the liquid glow drops from ColourPop. This one's in the shade Sun O'Clock, especially for that sunset blush look because I just love the effect of it. It's such a nice liquid highlighter. I am so picky about liquid highlighters, but this one's actually amazing. It blends beautifully. It's so pigmented, so the tiniest drop goes a long way, and it actually looks highlighty and reflective. I feel like a lot of the times they're very subtle. This one's amazing. I've been loving it for the last couple of months. And then I have 2 of the fruit lighters from Clionadh, and these are just summer. They're so fun. The fruity theme. These are adorable. There's multiple shades out at this point. We have this shade Sour. It's just the prettiest, like, green shift. It doesn't look as intense as in the pan. Like, it has a little bit of a greenness to it, but it's a lot more like wearable green. It has a little bit of a pearlescence to it with just like a kiss of green. And I have the shade Quench, this bright pink. Again, it's not like super scary once it's actually like blended onto the face. This one has more pigment. You can kind of do like a blush lightery thing with it. Just so sparkly, so gorgeous. And like I said, there's so many shades. So if you are into this vibe, but you don't necessarily like these colors, there's a bunch of different colors. I'll link everything I talk about down below. They're just so cute. And I feel like just the fact that they have that fruit theme just screams summer. And I love it. Moving on now to eyeshadow palettes. For these types of videos, I do try to narrow it down. I narrowed it down to 10 for this video. Things that just really capture my vibe for right now and what I'm wanting. And these are all things I've played with a lot of the times, multiple times. So if you're interested in seeing any of these like in action, you can check my channel, Instagram, that sort of thing to see me play with these. I'm just gonna kind of run through these and give you my general thoughts and why I'm loving them for this season. And in theory, I wanna try to play with these again as much as possible, just because obviously they're striking my fancy right now. They're fitting the summer vibes, but I'm also constantly testing out new things for you. So I will do the best I can, but just know I already have inspo up with all of these if you want to see these even more. Oh, I guess before I continue talking, like my vibe for eyeshadow palettes is very much like hot, warm. Again, I'm very much into like bright pink and reddish oranges and pops of yellow and also pops of turquoise. And again, that's not the only thing I'm gonna wear all summer. It's just the things that are really standing out to me right now and things that I'm craving. So you're gonna kind of see those themes in here. You're gonna see the hot, warm colors, the splashes of turquoise, stuff like that. It's making me happy. We'll start with the one I'm wearing today. It's the Unearthly High Temp palette. It's so pretty, just like those rich, vibrant, hot orange, yellow, red, and then the mauves on the bottom. I feel like this just gives summer sunset vibes. I love the formulas that are in here. I'm just so into the shimmers. The mattes blend like absolute butter. This is such a fun palette for summer. The second palette I have to talk about is the Soul Mane 2 from Oden's Eye. It's so pretty. I feel like this is just giving me those splashes of summer that I was just talking about, but also gives me a little bit of variety in here. Some moody jewel tones playing in there, some dark blue, dark plum. It's just fun. I feel like it's giving me those summer splashes plus more, and this one's just such a cutie. The Dragon Fruit palette from Clionadh. I feel like a summer can't go by that I don't talk about this palette. I haven't played with it in a while, and I've really been itching to again. My case comes off the front. So this is what the inside looks like. It is just fruity, juicy, vibrant. We have the pops of warmth. We have the pops of brightness. I love that bright, bright yellow and green in here. It's just fun. It's sparkly. You could just smear a shade all over your lids, blend it out, call it a day. It is so good. Also, like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna link everything that I can down below. I can't guarantee every single thing I talk about in this video is still available because I am just pulling things from my personal collection. So some things might be older. If you already own them, maybe it'll just inspire you to play, but otherwise maybe it'll just inspire you to shop your stash and find something similar. Next is the Strawberry Dream from Lunar Beauty. This one's just so cute. Again, it has those hot colors in here. It's got like the bright, bright pink, the red. I love these plummy tones that are mixed in, that bright yellow. I even like the splashes of blue alongside of it. It's just fun. It's giving summer fun with a little bit of moodiness, and it is just so cute. I've had this for years. I wonder if it still smells like strawberry. It does not smell like strawberry anymore. It used to, and that was very fun. The Coastal palette from Simply Posh, they just recently came out with this beachy palette, and I'm not a beachy girl. I'm really not a summer girl, but this one is just so cute. It's giving seashells in the sand. I love these different tones. I like that we have kind of these warmer muted tones on the outside with the splashes of blue in the inside, and then the beautiful ultra sparkly shimmers. This one is so, so fun. And I just figured, like, what's more like summer themed than like the Coastal palette? Like, come on, this is so fun. Probably my top pick for the entire summer is my Strawberry Moon palette from Ensley Reign. I cannot get enough of this palette. It's just so freaking cute. I love it so much. It is so vibrant and punchy, all these different pinks, the splashes of turquoise in the top here. It's like this 9-pan here in the side is screaming to my soul. Like, this 9-pan is summer to me. That is exactly the vibes I want. And then all of these other colors are just extra fun, vibrant. It's just playful. I love this so much. I cannot get enough. It's so much fun to play with. When I was planning for this video, this was one of the first palettes to pop to mind after the Strawberry Moon palette, but it's the Paradise Islands from Nomad. This one's just so fun. It's playful, it's exciting. Again, it's hitting on those colors that I want. We have like all these peachy pinks at the top, the sprinkles of teal turquoise in the middle, and then we have these fun little playful splashes of blue and lavender at the bottom. It's just fun. The theme of this video is fun. Fun and warm and vibrant, and that encapsulates this palette, and it's perfect. This one I haven't played with in a hot minute, and I wanted a reason to bring it out again, and I feel like it's also kind of hitting on those summery vibes that I want. It's the Paletopoly palette from Ace Beauty. It's super vibrant, super punchy. I know it doesn't really have like those hot orangey reds that I was talking about, but it does have the bright pinks, the yellows. I do like these splashes of blue. Gives me a little bit of difference with everything I've already talked about, and just kind of plays on that. I like the shimmers that are in here a lot. The mattes are really fun. I like that there's a good range of depth in here. It's a fun one, and I really wanted an excuse to play with it again, so hopefully I'll get to soon. And last but not least, I have two from Blend Bunny because I could not choose between these two. They're both giving me summer feels. First is the Lure palette. It's kind of their mermaidy theme, and it's just like all these turquoisey, blue, pink, like it's just so fun. And again, mermaids, it makes me think of summer, the ocean. Even though I'm not an ocean kind of girl, I can still enjoy the themes, you know, and this gives me, again, a little bit of difference than some of the things I've already talked about. It gives me other sprinkles of depth, other sprinkles of color. I think it would play really well with some of the other things I've talked about, and this one's just so fun. One of my top favorite Blend Bunny palettes. And last is the Machina palette. It's just so cute. This was also one of the first ones I thought of because this one is also just really hitting on those vibes. Those hot like orangey reds in the middle, the yellows into the murky greens, the pinks, the blues. It's so cool. Such a fun palette. This palette is unfortunately getting discontinued. If it's still available, it should be available at a discount, and I believe you can stack codes on top of it. So if this appeals to you, you literally have to jump on it like now because it's actually getting discontinued. Unfortunately, the owner just said this one wasn't moving as fast as some of her other palettes, so she wants to make way for other things, but this is one of my favorites the brand has ever done. I think it's so cool. It's so weird, and I love it. It's just so much fun. Well, those are my palette picks. I feel like my cheek picks mixed with the palette picks really well. It's just a fun old time. I do have a couple additional eye things. I have like a loose shadow, 2 liquid shadows, and a few liners that I felt like would also kind of fit this theme really well. The liquid shadows I have are 2 from Menagerie. We have Blue Tang and Solar Flare. I mean, come on. This encapsulates everything I've been talking about. Like the pops of like aqua turquoise. This is just so cool. It's so fun. I feel like it would just add such a fun little element to these other palettes. It has a little bit of a seafoam shift when the light hits it. These are so fun. I love these liquid shadows. And Solar Flare is just super, super cool. It's kind of like a pink, peach, coral, a little bit of gold when the light hits it just right. It's always so hard for me to like show this on camera, but just trust me, these are mouth-watering, and I would happily include these with all of the other looks that I would do with these palettes. I also have this loose shadow in the shade Bonfire from Unearthly. Again, it captures everything so well. I'm gonna try to do a swatch without making a big mess. It has like a really sparkly, kind of translucent base. So you could also use these as a loose highlighter if you wanted to. Has a little bit of kind of, again, that like pink peach, a little bit of a gold shift. It's almost like the loose sparkle version of that liquid shadow in a way. It's really similar, but it's super fun. And I really, really like these loose shadows. I feel like they're a really fun addition for like either all over the lid or inner corner, or like I said, even some shades can work as a face highlight and just add a really cool effect. And then I have a couple liners. This liquid liner from Profusion, like, are you kidding me? This neon pink, it's perfect. I love it, and I really like the wand. It's really flexible. I feel like you can do kind of graphic linery things pretty easy, and it's super, super bright. And then I have 3 from Gavissi. I'm not gonna swatch these because they look exactly like they look in the pot, but you just mix a little bit of water with them, and then you can create liner. I'm wearing one today, actually, as my like graphic liner to this look. It's the shade Hot Pants. Just like a super neon orange. It is so fun. And then I also have this one, Total Babe, which is also a neon orange, but it's a little bit lighter. So I couldn't decide between the two, so I wanted to include them both. And then for my splash of like aqua turquoise, I wanted to include this one, a Tropics. Super fun. I really like these graphic liners. I try my best to remember to use these as much as possible, and I feel like I do a decent job at like doing looks with them and without them, but these are super fun and I feel like they would complement the palettes really well. I love these picks. Last but not least, I have some lips. I have 8 to talk about here, and these are pretty much all gonna be my bold choices. Like there's gonna be many days where I would do just like this, like a neutral, sparkly lip or a sheer gloss. It's very simple, very easy breezy. It's my go-to, but I feel like these bold picks just scream summer. There's a mixture of liquid lipsticks here. I have a couple lip oils, a couple glosses, so let's talk about them. For lip oils, I feel like the Blend Bunny lip oils, especially the juicy ones, are just like summer perfection, but specifically this orangey-ish shade, it's called Juicy. It's just so fun. They feel so nice. It smells like fruit. It's so good. Like it's sheer, but it has a little bit of that orange tint to it. I pretty much always have one of the Blend Bunny lip oils in my bag at any given time. And I feel like this is gonna be the one that lives in my bag for the duration of summer because it's just cute. It adds that splash of color, adds that shine, that nourishment. And I feel like I can even wear this on a day that I'm wearing no makeup because it doesn't add so much color that I feel like, why am I wearing no makeup but a lipstick? It just like feels like a lip treatment, but with like a little splash of fun. I also got this one recently, the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Glow Oil lip oil situation. It's super cute. Very sheer, but it has just like a little bit of that kind of like corally pinky sort of shift to it. It's cute, it's fun. These are my more subtle picks for the summer, but let's be real, I'm probably gonna be wearing like glosses and lip oils a lot because it's just too hot to be wearing much more than that. But I did still want to include some like other picks as well for the days that I don't wanna wear just like a sheer nothing. Let's talk about lip glosses. I have this CoverGirl So Yummy gloss in the shade You're Just Jelly. Cute red. I feel like a sheer red gloss is just so summer, so cute. Very much gives that popsicle lip sort of vibe. It's more of like a pinky red than a red red, especially compared to that Blend Bunny lip oil. Looks a lot more pink, but these are cute. Very much gives you that like second on a popsicle or a lollipop kind of vibe. I have this Lawless one in the shade Juicy Watermelon. I love a plumping gloss, and Lawless has my absolute favorite ones. Again, this one's kind of like a sheer pink, but it gives that plump, gives that pinky pop. It's super, super cute. I feel like this specifically with like a turquoise look would be adorable. And then I have this sparkly gloss from Nomad Cosmetics in the shade Flare. This was part of the Zodiac collection a couple of years ago, and I don't think these are available anymore, unfortunately, but if you still have them, now's your excuse to bust them out. They're sparkly. This one shifts like pinky, peachy gold. So, so cute, especially with like a lot of the fiery things that I want to like play with on my eyes right now. I feel like this would be a fun little accent on the lips. And now, getting away from some sheer things, I have 3 bold summer lip picks in liquid lipstick form. I feel like I can't not talk about Strawberry Pop. It's like one of my go-tos for a bold lip for summer. I just think it's so cute. This like strawberry red. It's adorable. Like, are you kidding me? It's like not quite red, but it's not just a pink. It's somewhere in between, and it's so fun. And I really like Dose of Color's lip formula. I feel like they last a long time. Like, I've had this particular tube for a couple years and still smells fine. Still feels good, still performs nicely, and that's what matters to me. I also have this lip clay from Kaleidos in Wild Apple. Again, it gives kind of that like strawberry red vibe a little bit, and it's just so fun. I just think it's adorable. Like, picture these with like a turquoise or a yellow eye look. It would be so cute and just so adorable, like very much hanging out in a strawberry field sort of color. And then I had to include more of an orangey red because I just feel like I'm really, really into that right now. But the Likely Makeup one in the shade Clementine is just so cute. Just like a really nice burnt orangey reddish sort of shade. It's so pretty. I like that it's not too bright because I feel like I personally can't really wear like a bright orange lip. It just is not my favorite thing. But the fact that it has a little bit of that burnt mutedness is just super, super cute. So these are my lip picks. And that says it all for my summer favorites. It's just fun to curate a little collection for the season, you know? Again, I'd like to play with as much of these as I can. I feel like especially like the blush products, I'm gonna be reaching for a ton, and a lot of these like lip oils and glosses. The palettes I will try to get to again as much as I can. It just depends on how busy I am with other filming and things. I film almost every day, so I try my best to do as much as I can. But like I said, I have videos with all of those already if you need some inspo ASAP. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What are your summer vibes? Are you kind of into the same things I am right now? Are you in a totally different direction? And again, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be feeling the Halloween vibes tomorrow. So I'm not gonna stay stuck in this box, but these are the things that I'm like craving when I think of summer right now. If you made it to the end of this video, leave some summery themed emojis. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. Also, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you wanna, you can join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.